What's up, guys? Welcome to a Daily Grind podcast. Episode in the car. We got to talk about this because I didn't know it was as bad as it is. Hearing two fellow Asian YouTubers that I follow, and both of their podcasts, they were talking about the rise in Asian violence here in the United States. Like, Asians are getting attacked, and you might think to yourself, well, why is this happening to the Asian community? Well, for one, you got these so-called sheeples that I believe, because of the lockdowns and shutdowns and the coronavirus, they're blaming everything on these individuals that are an Asian descent. It doesn't matter if they're Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Filipino, Thai, Vietnamese, whatever. They're targeting them because of their ethnicity. But the one thing that I find crazy is a lot of people go, they're so thinking to themselves that, oh, this won't happen to me. So they're already playing that mind game of, this won't happen to me, I don't need to be prepared. And a lot of times when you're an older person, the reason they target you is because you're an easy target. You have your head down, you're walking your dog, you're looking like this, you're not being aware of your surroundings. And it's because I see a lot of times, a lot of people, even at my work, they walk with their head down like that, and they're not visually seeing what's around them. And I know, I guess more girls are aware of their surroundings because guys can be creepy ass fucking people, but they're just targeting them because they think they're weak individuals. That's why you never see a guy pick the biggest, strongest guy in the bar. He never picks the guy that looks muscular or the tallest or a guy that can fight back and defend himself, because they don't want that confrontation. They want, honestly, if these people are just getting attacked because of COVID, I'm like, why would you attack somebody because of COVID-19? And to be honest, these people are like, yeah, they gave us COVID, I gotta fight them. It's like, you're a real tough guy having to beat on like a 70-year-old. You're a real badass beating up a 80-year-old man. I'm a tough guy. You ain't tough. You ain't badass. It's like, pick on someone your own size. Pick on somebody who you know can fight back. Pick on somebody who you know can slap the taste out of your mouth. Because I was raised, you don't F with anybody. You don't bully nobody. You don't harass nobody. You don't bully nobody. You don't pick on nobody for no reason. These people have the right to live here just as much as me and you did. And if you're like, well, they're not Americans. Well, technically, America was not based on the white man anyway. It was the Indians, the Midwest, and the northern part of the country. And then on the West Coast, it was the Hispanics. So whites never existed here till they came here from Europe anyway. And again, the reason they're beating people up is a lot of these people that are doing it, they have no father figure. They have no family structure. They're just a piece of shit that likes to mess with weaker individuals that they know they can get away with stuff. These are the people that, as soon as somebody fights back, oh, I'm the victim, I was just playing, I was joking, dog, I didn't mean to do it. Yeah, you did. You meant everything you did. Because when you say, sorry, please, I wouldn't have done it otherwise, no, you would have done it otherwise. You're only now being a piece of garbage, begging and pleading because someone's standing their ground and defending themselves. It's like the video of the lioness that's on like Instagram or wherever I've seen it, and there was a bunch of hyenas, like 20 hyenas, tearing up this lion. Like, the lion was fighting back. Like, the lion, like, I see why they call it the king of the jungle. Like, that lion was fighting all these like 20 hyenas, but it was losing the battle, because you knew if no other lions would have came, it would have just died, right? And then you also see about 30 seconds in the video, about 3 or 4 mother lions join the battle, join the fight. And when you see all these other lions that join the fight, those hyenas back up. Even though there's more hyenas in the lions, they back up and go, ha ha, nah, I'm good, dog, I'm good. Because they didn't want the confrontation. So boom, baby, that tells you that people don't like the confrontation. They just like the easy target. That's why they're targeting the Asian community, because in the Asian culture, from all these podcasts I listen to, they said Asians are known not to be confrontational. They look down, or they won't even look at the passenger sitting down next to them. They'll just look down at their feet and then move over so the next passenger can get on the subway or underground, whatever you want to call it, and then they move along. They don't confrontate. They're not violent in nature, so they're not like, oh, okay, you can move. No, they just easily move over so the person can sit down, because they're not violent in nature. They're just a normal, very soft-spoken culture. And I've met a lot of Asians, and some Asians are like that. They're very soft-spoken, very respectful, and very nice, and that's just the way they are in their culture. They're very respectful. They're not very rude or violent or anything like that. Getting targeted for this violence. And I'll say it again, if you're a piece of shit and you're young, like anywhere from 18 to maybe 30, and you're punking these old Asian people, you should be disgusted with yourself, because if you got caught on video pushing an Asian person down or pushing somebody down, you should get slapped in the face of reality and realize you can't do that. Kick the shit out of somebody because of some stupid agenda that like Joe Biden has talked about or Donald Trump has talked about. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not a sheep. I don't follow shit for no reason. I know right from wrong. Would you like it if your mom was walking down the street, a white lady, a black lady, a Hispanic lady, and some guy just came out of the bushes and out of the shrubs and drop kicked her into the abyss, and then you come and your mom comes home and she has to snap the arm? What happened? Some guy jumped out of the shrubs and just attacked me. For what reason? Well, I heard Joe Biden said all white people are bad, so some guy attacked me because of it. Really? You'd really want that? No. Look at it this way. Why are you beating on these old-ass people anyway? They're old. They have no reason to deal with your nonsense. And these people that are like, well, I'm just doing it for the YouTube click video, or I'm doing it for the Twitter video, whatever you're doing, you're the reason society right now for those people are petrified. They're scared that if they walk down the street, someone's going to attack them. One of these days, you're going to mess with somebody that looks like they're an easy target, and they're going to stand up and fight hand and nail because they might know martial arts, or they might have a knife or a gun and shoot you, and then they're going to go, well, I was defending myself. And then the family of that person go, why did you shoot my kid? Well, why was your kid drop kicking people? It's because the main reason I'm talking about this, because I think honestly reality needs to set in, because I think a lot of people don't realize how many of these people get picked on, and a lot of the times it doesn't even get broadcast. You might say, well, there's a lot of people that are getting targeted, right? And a lot of people that are getting singled out, which is the Asian community, right? But at the end of the day, I just believe people target people for whatever reason they have. I just don't understand targeting somebody because of a certain political view or race or whatnot. Like I said, sometimes you're going to eventually meet somebody. It doesn't matter if it's a small guy like myself at 5'4", or a real skinny guy at 150 pounds, whatever it is. They're going to eventually fight back. And you know, some people are fed up with what's going on in life. They might just snap. And what I'm talking about is they might kill this mugger or this person who thinks it's funny for whatever reason. And if they kill the person, they're going to go to prison the rest of their life. And at the end of the day, should they go to prison or jail for what they did? I absolutely think they did nothing wrong. Because I'll look at it like this, like the Columbine shooting, or all these school shootings where you had all the kids that were bullied, picked on, harassed, and all these kids would tell the school time and time again, I'm getting picked on, I'm getting bullied, please help, please do something. And they would never do nothing. People go to the news, and then the kid gets picked on even worse. Then what happens is, they get beat up and beat up and beat up and beat up and beat up until one day they're like, I can't defend myself anymore. So what the kid does is, he goes to school with an equalizer, and you go, what's that? A weapon, a knife, a baseball bat, a gun, something that defends himself, right? When I was in high school, this kid got harassed every single day, every day he was getting picked on and harassed. He brought a machete to school, and luckily somebody found out that he had a machete in his backpack, and they found it before he caused any harm. But at the end of the day, when they confronted him, I guess like the police or the principal of the school said, basically, from what I understand, is they said, "Excuse me, why were you bringing this machete to school?" He goes, "I'm fucking the kids up that have made my life hell." What kids? And they gave names, and they go, "Oh, the football player guy? He ain't doing nothing." And he goes, "I reported this to my teachers, to other students. I've talked about it. I've been saying this for like the last 6 months. I come to school, the guy harasses me, beats on me, steals my lunch money, pushes me around, intimidates me, makes me feel scared. You guys say, tell somebody. I tell somebody, and you guys go, oh, we ain't seeing nothing." You're in fear, and you're in panic your whole life. Sometimes you commit suicide. Sometimes you commit other things that happen to you. Like you get psychologically messed up your whole life because you're afraid to go out and do anything. You're afraid to even move around freely. You're afraid to go to concerts, sporting events, hang out with friends, family. And it's all because somebody who is harassing you and bullying you and picking on you. Basically putting them in that fight or flight mode, like, oh my God, my life is flashing before my face. And you're scared to death. You're scared of your life. And it's like, no, you shouldn't be scared of your life. You shouldn't be scared to go walk down to the grocery store, go to the gas station. You shouldn't be scared. I cannot understand how this young generation thinks. We got some ducks in the road. We got some ducks on the side of the road. Do you dumbass young generation, Generation Z or X or W, whatever the hell you are, realize what the fuck you guys are doing? Like I said, this young generation is growing up with no authority figures. It's called, you need to slap in the face of reality. You can't just go around beating on people and hurting people. Do with this. Until society starts waking up, yes, waking up, until society starts waking up, nothing's going to change. We're always going to have lockdowns. We're always going to have violent crime. And that's the truth. Until society wakes up and people realize what they're trying to do, divide the country, then nothing's going to change. Because like I said, guys, I wouldn't know what I would do if I found my dad walking down the street to the post office and he just gets his ass whooped because of his race and because of some political party said, oh, these people are bad, beat their ass. But let me know if you know the whole reasoning behind the Asian community. Boy, Trevor, back with another podcast, baby. I'll see you guys soon.